got one.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
Cool. So first lead I got with this company pipeline, and I've been here for 2 weeks now. So I got both voice message. So I just want to state thank you for recording the ISAs because I went back to listen to them because I thought I did okay. I wasn't impressed with how I handled the whole call, but understanding where this phone call came from and the tone of the seller before changes how I will address the next phone call. And so that was fantastic. This is my rebuttal. Um, right away, there's a few things I could have done differently, but the thing that kept getting him hung up on was this: Aaron, a moving company's coming today. So that was yesterday and tomorrow. They're packing everything up. They're picking it up Monday. I'm leaving Wednesday. And I'm thinking, fantastic. He just laid out, right? I could meet with you Friday afternoon at 5, or Saturday's open at 3. What works better for you? This is his response again. So whenever I hear someone say the word again, I feel the frustration starting with them.
Okay,
Again,
sure.
again, Aaron. I don't know how this weekend looks. Give me a call Friday afternoon, and we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Essentially, is what he said. So that was the second time he told me no. I come back in, and he alluded to that this was a cold call, and he goes, "It's hard to have this conversation with you." I said, "I understand that completely. I am with Century 21. I thought I said that before, but when I listened to the call, I didn't." So when I said that, he completely changed tones with me. And so he says, "I appreciate you saying that, but again, I just don't know how this weekend goes." So he brought it up a third time. So then after the third no, I went in for just a simple handshake. And I said, "Hey, let me just tour your property. I'm in that area all the time. I would love to just shake your hand, tour the property. And of course, Nick, if you want to sell the home with me, it'd be my honor to earn your business. But if what I say doesn't make sense, we part ways and move on. Does that sound fair?" So he said, "That sounds fair." I said, "Great. Does 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock work for you on Saturday?" And he goes, "I just am not comfortable committing to time. Call me Friday afternoon. I need to see how this moving goes." And so we left it at that. I said, "Okay, I'll give you a call Friday afternoon, and I'll be in the area. So I look forward to seeing you Saturday, and I will confirm with you what time."
Okay. So that is, you did a good job trying to overcome those objections and get past them. I would have handled that call a little bit differently. Okay.
Tell me.
Sellers like that who are it sounds to me like he's definitely an A-type personality. He's definitely a driver. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab him by the face. Okay. You know what, Mr. Seller, I can totally appreciate that Saturday does not work for you. But you know what? It's actually going to take me up to a week to get your home on the market. I have to order photos. I have to get the listing paperwork done and turned into my office. I have to get a sign put up in the yard. It all takes time. So if you and I meet today or even tomorrow morning, chances are really good that home's not even going to hit the market until Thursday or Friday next week. So I have time on my schedule today at 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock, which works better today, 3 or 6. Okay. And if he's still getting upset with you, if he says, well, again, Aaron, then I would switch it around and I would say, well, I hear you saying that you want to wait to get together. Let me ask you real quick. Is netting the most amount of money out of your home important to you? Or is this just simply well, I'm going to wait and whatever I get, I get. Okay. Kind of, play him for a little bit of a fool here and say, do you want to make the most amount of money you can, or are you just screwing around?
Yeah,
Okay.
so his response to that rebuttal was, "I have a property management company in hand waiting to take this over if this doesn't make sense."
Oh,
So
wow. A property management company. So you're going to rent the property. Is that
right,
correct?
right. So
Wow.
that's
That's fantastic. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever owned a rental before? Go ahead, play it with me. Have you ever owned a rental before?
I've had a few.
Have you? And have you ever had any instances of damage where the tenants damaged your units and you had to do repairs?
Listen, Ron, I appreciate where you're going, but again, I this needs to make sense. I have a number I want. The unit across the street sold for 660. I can transfer my VA interest rate. I'm looking for well over that. So
Fantastic. Sounds to me like you want to net the most amount of money possible. Is that correct?
yeah. I mean, if the number makes sense there, but
Fantastic. That's exactly why we need to get together. So I do have time on my schedule today at 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock for us to get together and get this done. What works better today, 3 or 6?
Ron, I appreciate your aggressiveness, but I'm not comfortable meeting right now. Give me a call after we get this moving done, and I'll let you know if we can swing by. But don't text me and don't just assume to go there. Like he literally said this. Don't just assume we're meeting. Call me and text me before, okay?
Well, you know what? I can totally appreciate that. But here's my concern. My concern is it takes up to a week to get a property on the market. So if you and I were to actually meet today or tomorrow, it's going to take me a week to get your property on the market. I have to order photos. I have to get a sign put up in the yard. I have a lot of prep work that I have to do in order to market your property correctly and net the most amount of money possible. So again, I do have time on my schedule. Let's make it easy today at 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock. What works better for us to get together today, 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock?
Well, I mentioned already I'm leaving town Wednesday, so if it takes a week, I just don't think there's enough time to get this done. I'm gone
Well,
Wednesday. I'm checking out.
that's actually perfect. You know why? Because when you leave, I'm going to sell your home for you. I'm going to send you the paperwork for electronic signature, and you don't even have to deal with it. You're going to be gone. It'll make it easy. So, again, I do have time on my schedule today at 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock. What works better today for us to get together? 3 or 6? Or back it up. Let's make it 2 or 5. What works better today? 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock?
Yeah,
Okay.
I see where I got it.
Yeah,
There's
I don't care what you say. I'm going to overcome it. Okay. And that's the whole part of this. So when a seller tells you an objection, you've got to get down to the root of what they're looking for. Why are you selling this home? What's most important to you? Is it the money? Do you want to net the most amount of money possible? Then we need to get together. Okay. Objections are merely somebody who is in a hurry, or they are frustrated, or they are they in their mind they just don't have time to deal with it right now. So then our job becomes to put their mind at ease and overcome that objection using these objection handlers. Does that answer your question?
It does. It does. Yeah. When I listened to the call, I should have just poked him more on that profit and that payout, or getting a monthly check. What's more important to you? So thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we love, man. I like to prod them a little bit more. Let's stick them with a friggin' cattle prod. Look, dude. You know anyone? Right? It's like, don't tell me you're not going to sell this house. You're moving out, for God's sakes, and you're leaving. So I know that house is going on the market. Now it's a matter of who gets there first.
Right.
And I have time today.